Hello, everybody. Once again, I'm Liam Crafton Jr., aka Zorwatch on Less Than Guru, and today I'm going to talk about how you might want to allow your clergy, specifically in Palladium First Edition, your priests, your shamans, to learn a little bit differently than how it's written by Raw in Palladium First Edition. So when we look here, this is the priests of light and darkness in general, both of them, and it's the same way for the shamans, both light and darkness. It says when talking about gaining spells, choosing and gaining spells, and it says the spells available are limited by the deity's spell knowledge. Thus, if a god only knows spell magic levels 1 through 5, the priest can never be given a spell higher than 5th level, even if the priest is 10th level. The god can only provide what he knows. Now, I actually like this. Instead of like D&D, where every spell that's in a deity's domain they can get in an earlier forms, it was just a general, especially back me and BX, it could be any of those spells. This kind of makes sense. The deities are giving their knowledge and allowing their priests to cast spells based off of what they themselves can do. But what it specifically says is spell magic. And it says the god can only provide what they know. This includes divine intervention, prayer, or otherwise. So then when they select it, they look at that deity's list of spell magic, and then they choose. Here's the problem. There's a lot of very important deities in Palladium that do not have spell magic. Like here, we look at the Ra, Lord of Light. They know all symbols, elemental magic of fire and air levels 1 through 7. Everybody would pick Toph if you're just trying to min-max, because Toph knows all spell magics 1 through 11 and all spell legend. He does not possess elemental magic. So Toph is the one that you would definitely wish to pick if you were going for I, as a priest, want to be able to get whatever spells I want. Especially when, again, you read this and it's specifically talking about spell magic. The spells available are limited by the deity spells. And here it says spell magic, and it is listed as it's in bold, so it's not saying elemental magic. Now, I know there's probably a big house rule, and something that I always used was it would allow that the elemental magic, like warlocks, if your deity knows the elemental magic, they should be able to grant you the elemental magic. So I'm perfectly for that. But also what I would do is there are certain deities that only know psychic abilities, only psionics. And I would allow the priests to learn those as well. If your deity only has psychic knowledge, like here Isis, the All Mother, she has some psionics levels 1 through 4. Why not let a mage use the psychic abilities? Now, in my game, I talked about before using magic points. If I had this, I would just say that they cast it at their level and they don't have to worry about ISP. If you're using the magic point system, I would just say you're using magic points instead of ISP, and you use the same amount of points as ISP. And I wouldn't do some different ISP versus magic points. And even though I did add magic points based off of the level you cast and the level that the spell is, to tell you how much magic points that costs. So a second level spell cast at second level is 4 magic points. For the ISP, that's already been done. I don't have to worry about that. That is perfectly fine. I don't have any problem with the ISP on the psychic abilities in Palladium First Edition. I would just have the same amount of points used. And I also do allow in my game, because some of these, they only have circles or symbols or wards. But I limit them. If they have circles, I say, oh, you can only have 1 circle. You gain that, or gain per level. A circle counts as a spell, or an individual ward counts as a spell. So they're never going to be fully as knowledgeable in circles and wards as, say, a diabolist or a summoner or the symbologist in my own game. But it gives them a little bit of variety, and so that they're not just doing things same as a wizard, but less, because they might gain something every level, but they're not going to get that wide range of being able to learn everything. So let them switch it up. Let them have something different. Let them be unique in the fact that they can learn many different branches of magic through their deity. It's just that they're not they're limited by what their deity knows. And you could also make it so that if it's a circle of protection, it could be a holy type circle of protection. It doesn't have to look like the academic uh, Diabolist wards or the academic uh, summoner circles. It could be religious symbology that you bring into your game and add a little more flavor. So I highly suggest, when you're looking at those clergy classes that gain abilities by their deity, that you allow those other type of them to get those other type of abilities to kind of spread it out. In my personal game, I have a priest. I use different deities, but the deity is a forged deity, a crafting deity, and the priest has both spells, and they actually got a ward as well. So you can switch things up that way. So that's basically what I have for today. Hopefully that kind of broadens your ability to allow those occupational character classes like the shaman and the priest to be a little bit different and unique and bring flavor of their deities into it, instead of limiting them by saying, oops, your deity doesn't know spell magic, they only know psionics, or they only know elemental magic, and open that up to those occupational character classes. So once again, I'm William Crafton Jr., aka Zoraljon West Guru, and until next time, I will catch you later.